bricks got that heat, boy.
Ballin', I'm ballin', yeah. Been ballin', yeah. I'm ballin', yeah. I'm ballin', been ballin' since my day one. Been ballin' since Roseanne, model bitches, that's the fandom. Yeah, I've been ballin', and that's just the anthem.
Let's get right into it, guys. Today we're going to be doing an air filter clean. So here we are. As you can see, I already have the air box opened up, and all it is just this panel right here. You take out these 3 pins and it comes right off. It's really dirty. It's about time for a clean. I've got about 4,000 miles, and I take it to the trails, a little bit. I do a lot of street riding, so you can see what kind of stuff is in there right now. And then all it is to take this out, because it'll be sitting kind of like this inside. Dang, I'm just gonna go ahead and touch it anyway. It's gonna be sitting like this inside of the airbox with this retainer hooked just like that. All you're gonna do is just move that retainer, slide it down, and then just shimmy it off, because there's actually a little lip right there. You just pull it this way just a little bit, and then just shimmy it out. Comes right out. And I would have shown that, but as you can see, the back side of my filter is very dirty as well, so I didn't want to reinstall it and risk getting contaminants inside of my my airbox, pretty much. Before we get started though, on the official cleanup, you're gonna need a few items. First, in order to stay clean, we'll be using a few pair, maybe just 1 pair of gloves. I have a few here, just as backups in case some rip. But a pair of gloves. You're going to need the air filter cleaner right here, purchased at my local Cycle Gear, along with spray-on air filter oil. Now, this is, I wouldn't say optional, but the type of oil that you use to lubricate your filter is optional. I know that there's a lot of people out there that like to submerge their air filters. They like to just coat their air filters. They like to use actual oil that comes out of a bottle like this and put it on their filters. But today I was recommended this spray-on air filter oil, so this is what I'll use for the day. And a bucket. This is it actually says bucket. This bucket is for the filter cleaner. We're going to be submerging the filter inside of here. So let me put my gloves on, change the camera angle, and let's get into it. Alright, so with this air filter cleaner, what we're going to be doing is we might be able to get 2 to 3 uses out of this. So I'm just going to pour enough inside the bucket. It's kind of just maybe even an inch or so, because this is an air filter, a foam air filter here. You can squeeze it and squish it, so you don't necessarily have to have enough air filter cleaner to submerge it completely, because you're going to be wringing it out essentially. And now once you have the air filter removed, like I stated earlier, you just pull this little tab off, and work it out. What you do is you pull this little spacer here, or retainer, however you want to call it, and the air filter should just kind of peel right off of this inside, this little skeleton that they have inside of it to help keep its form. Perfect. Alright guys, here we go. Alright, now you can see all the debris is actually starting to come off of it a bit. And I'm not really squeezing it all too hard. I am squeezing it, making sure that this solution gets all in there and everywhere. But I'm not really getting at it too hard. Just enough, because I don't want to destroy this filter. It's still in pretty good shape, it has some life in it. And right now I'm just kind of working the outside ring Just kind of agitating it, squeezing it. And I wasn't necessarily expecting this stuff to turn completely into foam either. I've seen some cleaners on YouTube as well that kind of stay liquid, in liquid form. So I'm going to go ahead and separate this and clean it out. And then we're going to be using the same bucket here to rinse it off to finalize the process before we go ahead and start the spray. And as you can see, it's a little sudsy. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start submerging it and pretty much trying to get all this, all the cleaner out of it. And another thing too, while we're here, is I know we're not done wringing it out yet, but you also want to be inspecting your filter for holes that are not supposed to be there, rips or tears, and also the lining or the glue that's holding all the different pieces together. You want to make sure that there's a solid fit or a solid seal, so to say, because when this thing is sucking in air, if there's a hole, if there's even a little rip, it's pretty much unserviceable. You know, obviously in a pinch you can still run it, you know, it might run alright, you know, but I'm pretty sure the book answer is to replace it if it does have a hole or a cut inside of it. Like I said, mine is still good, so I'm still going to use it. I think those white areas is soap, so we're still going to rinse it out a few more times and make sure that she's good to go. Alright, perfect. So you can see that we got most of the solution out of the filter. Just to look a little bit rough, but it's okay. She'll do. I know that she's cleaned. We're about to oil her up and know that she's good to go. Just gonna wring her out and try and get as much as we can. And what I'm also going to do, just to ensure that there's no water inside while I apply the filter, what we're going to do is we're just going to sit her outside and we're going to let her air dry for about 5 to 10 minutes in direct sunlight. And that shouldn't be too harmful on her. So I'll check back in about 5 to 10 minutes. Alright guys, now that we're back, I actually took a little bit longer. I think I took about maybe 20 minutes or so, 25 minutes to let my filter air dry. I did take a Clorox disinfecting wipe and I just kind of cleaned off the excess debris that was on this retainer. So I do not believe that this comes out all the way. I believe that in the far back there, I believe that it is actually secured firmly. Because this is all the play that I'm able to get out of it. But this is all you need though. You don't need to be able to remove this portion. You just need to be able to unhook it, which is right there. You just unhook it. And like I said, off camera, I went ahead and took some disinfecting wipes and cleaned off the retainer. Now, also to note as well, you may be able to get away with this. I'm going to try. There is a layer of grease, so to say, that you're supposed to put around the rim of your filter to help seal it better, so that when you place it over the hole here, it provides almost like a firm seat, so to say, so that if there's any air or anything that does go through the air filter, it actually goes through the air filter and not underneath the air filter, if you get what I'm saying. But I'm not going to touch this at all. I'm not going to clean it at all, and I'm just going to let it ride, so to say. It might not be the best answer, but it's my answer for right now. We shall see how she performs. So give me 2 seconds. Let me change the camera angle. Let me put some gloves on, and let's get back into this. We're going to start the oiling of the air filter. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our oil and we're going to spray the outside, then we're going to spray the inside, and then I'm probably going to spray the outside once more for the inside once more. We're going to set this down on the ground, and we're going to just massage the oil in. And here we go. Alright, now we're going to work the oil in. So we're almost going to do the same thing here that we did earlier. And, you know, with the cleaning of the filter, we're just going to like work our way around it. You might even be able to see that the oil is actually sticking to my gloves. It's sticking everywhere. Alright guys, I think she's done. She looks ready. She feels ready to go back in. Alright guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and grab our skeleton here. I'm going to go ahead and reapply her. Alright, she's on there. She feels good, she looks good. I don't see any holes, rips, or tears right before I put her back in. She looks great, guys. Seriously. Looks great. And this locking washer goes ahead and slips right on top. And to reinstall, all you do is you just lift this up out the way, squeeze her on in there, just push her on in, she ain't hurting nobody. And you can see this goes right there, it presses down on the skeleton, the frame, the body, however you want to call it, presses down on her. And then you just want to lock her into place. And that's it. Alright guys, so that is the air filter clean and re-oiling and reinstallation. Don't quote me or anything, but I think you can get, I don't know, maybe 2, 3, maybe even 4 good uses out of your air filter as long as you take care of it. Simple, super quick job. I think without the filming, could have taken at least, not even at least, it could have taken easily about 20 minutes, you know, worth of your day, especially on a Suzuki DRZ. You know, this is like the easiest bike to work on. One of the easiest bikes in my opinion. I mean, one of my only bikes for having. Alright guys, so that's it for the most part. If you guys liked the video, please like, subscribe, and comment for more. This is new to me a little bit. I'm pretty sure if you guys are regular viewers, you guys can see that I usually don't do this all too much. But I'm trying something new, trying it out. I know my audio is not the best. I know everything's not the best, but you know, we're working it, we're rolling it. You know, I'll take it every day by day. So thank you guys. Peace.